Storytime is meant to adapt the stories, mostly, of great unadapted, old and forgotten comics from the past. I combine voice acting with narration to abridge the work as much as possible without lessening its impact, and to bring the stories to life the best way I can. Please enjoy. Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to the Fusion Space for today's episode of Storytime, Batman Ego. Batman Ego was both written and drawn by Darwyn Cooke, a true legend in the industry with a very distinctive style. This is a masterpiece in the art form of comics, and as it's pretty short, I haven't removed anything for this episode. Rather, it's one of those rare comics that is so well constructed that not a page nor a panel is wasted. Darwyn's art style melds the best from classic creators of the past with modern storytelling sensibilities to create works that are both vibrant and dynamic in their composition. And his writing brings out the best in the characters he uses. Case in point, this story takes place largely in the Batcave and focuses on a dialogue between Bruce Wayne and Batman as they try to find a way to live with the guilt and responsibility of being Batman while not becoming as bad as the villains they face, in the wake of a tragic outcome for some of the Joker's innocent victims. It's a deep dive into the psychology and mind of the Batman like none you've ever seen, and it's quite simply one of the finest Batman stories I've ever read. Now, let's begin. No. Arno. You are now leaving Gotham City. Reads a road sign with Batman waiting atop it on a bridge out of town. It's at times like this, in the cold, in the dark, I feel that I'm losing my way. That the city I've given myself to threatens to crush me with the weight of my commitment to her. The Joker. A looting and killing spree at a charity ball. 27 dead. What horrifies me most is I seem to be getting used to it. The Joker, tied up, is thrown through the window of the police station. The pain. The death. Not numb, but used to it. Like each new atrocity is the echo of a pistol fired long ago in the depths of a dry well. It took 27 hours to bring the monster down. 2 knife wounds. Need medical attention. The rest of the gang was routine. The only loose end is the driver, Buster Snibbs, and $400,000 in charity money. Gotham is the largest city in the country, but Buster knows it's not big enough to keep him safe from me. True to form, Buster is running, but he can't hide. Last night I persuaded Buster that it was in his best interest to tell me where the Joker was. Somehow he pulled a fast one on his boss and made off with the money, but I've been keeping tabs on him. My tracking device indicates he's heading this way, and odds are he'll cross this bridge on his way out of town. Suddenly my knees go slack, and I grab some wall. I stand there, shaking, waiting for it all to pass. I feel the nagging melancholy crowd out more pressing thoughts. I realized long ago that I can't change the world. In 3 years, I've come to realize that I can't appreciably change this city. I've begun to wonder if the only thing I can change is myself. The shaking stops long enough for me to pull myself up to the top level of the bridge. The wind cuts through the thermals and I look at the bright side. At least my shoulder is too numb to feel. The city's impartial gaze darts across my back. Is it realistic, this obsession? Is it sane? Batman's tracker goes off. Beep. I drop the introspection. It's time to go to work. I'm tired of men like Buster, morally bankrupt and unimaginative. Empty, meaningless men feeding off my city and contributing nothing. A car speeds toward Batman on the bridge. I'm about to leap down onto the hood of his car and scare the pants off him when the unexpected happens. The car stops and the man gets out. Why would he stop in the middle of the bridge? He stares at the top of the parapet and a look steals over his face that I can't put my finger on. I watch him climb the face of the wall and it hits me. He must have the money stashed up there. Just when I think this is going to wrap itself up nice and neat, it unravels into the irrational. It's not the money. He's going to jump. The man leaps off the bridge. Pain gone. Exhaustion gone. There's only adrenaline and a target. Batman throws his batarang and a line wraps around the man's leg as he falls.
Batman jumps off the other side of the bridge support to act as a counterweight and stop the man's fall.
No time to think, just a fraction of a second for me to realize that there's nowhere to tie the rope off. It feels as though my bad arm is going to tear away from my body, until I compare it to the exquisite pain of hitting concrete at 35 miles per hour.
Batman slams into the wall.
Sloppy, painful, but effective.
No!
Buster's gratitude warms my heart.
Batman ties the rope to a rung on a ladder.
I consider leaving him to hang while I quietly pass out. It takes everything I've got to pull him up. He whirls at me, eyes blazing with hate.
Last night, you threatened to drop me off a rooftop, and tonight you stop me? What's the matter, fruitcake? Can't make up your mind?
He's wild, unpredictable. Gotta pull myself together and try to stand up. The wave of dizziness hits me. He's reaching for something. Vision blurs, and then clears.
The man pulls a gun on the weakened Batman. Don't move, you freak!
The Joker's been put away, Buster. You're safe now.
Safe? Ha ha ha! You idiot! Who do you think you're dealing with? How many times has he been caught? You morons always let him escape. Chucky Saw give me the word. The Joker knows I ratted him out. He wanted me to know that when he gets out, he'll be looking me and my family up to show his appreciation. You self-righteous nut! You used me in your little game of cops and robbers, but the Joker will never get his hands on any of my family. I couldn't bear the thought of my wife and daughter in the hands of that maniac. So I killed him myself.
Buster, no!
I'll see you in hell, you masked lunatic! The man shoots himself in the head.
What have I done?
The Batmobile races home through the streets of Gotham as Bruce remembers. He craves fame, but only as this fictional construct, the Batman. This, of course, indicates both schizophrenia and a split personality. I may be mayor, but off the record, Gordon, the man must be a total head case. Don't you agree, Bruce? See you in hell, you masked lunatic! It stops just before going over the edge of a cliff in the Batcave.
What have I done?
Batman addresses his parents on the screen of the Batcomputer.
Mother, Father, I have something to tell you. I tell them of a man named Buster Snibbs, a man who had a wife and child. By the time I am done, my body is racked with an uncontrollable sobbing. They remain frozen through it all, as if they were hanging on my every word, urging me to discover the center of this grief, to heal it from the inside out. In the past, whenever I had lost hope and the darkness closed in on me, the power of the cave and the undying spirit of my parents would bear me up and fuel me with the strength to carry on. But as dawn's brittle fingers steal across the frozen ground to herald a new morning, I find that this time, it's not enough. I can't do it. Not anymore. A wave of relief passes over me, and I feel the beast's hold on me slip away. For the first time in 20 years, I am at peace. The feeling lasts for exactly 20 seconds. You fool! You think you know pain, you coward? I will show you pain.
Batman now fills the screen and addresses Bruce. I am not sure how, not sure why, but as my heart floods with terror, I am sure of one thing. I am facing myself. Ego. A psychotic slide into the heart of darkness.
Have I got your attention, Bruce?
Who are you?
Who am I? Don't be stupid, Bruce. You know who I am. And you know why I'm here. You've been looking at the pictures, feeling sentimental, old man? Ah, here's one from Christmas. Mom, Dad. It's tough for you at Christmas, isn't it, Bruce? They left when you were so young. You wonder what it would have been like to grow up with them there to guide you, love you. Just grow up with them alive. But they're dead, Bruce. Just like Snib's wife and child. Stop! Dead. 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 Please. Stop. I know this can't be real. A trick? Scarecrow? They can't help you anymore, weakling. They're dead. Must be a trick of some kind. Dead. Dead.
Bruce unplugs the Batcomputer and the image disappears.
It's all this morbid introspection. That and Buster. I'm sure losing 2 pints of blood didn't help either. For now, I think I better get some sleep.
Batman appears in the cave before Bruce, fully real to him.
My God. Perhaps. But lately, you've been lacking faith.
This can't be real.
Reality isn't the issue. Whether this is happening in the far reaches of space or on the head of a pin is irrelevant. What you need to know is, I will not be dismissed. I am not a costume, a persona you can cast off. I am the very heart of you. During our youth, I lay dormant within you, faceless, nameless. I existed. But I could hear. I could feel.
Bruce unwraps a Christmas present to reveal a Zorro action figure.
Wow!
I remember that Christmas, Bruce. It was the day we first met.
Zorro, this is the best gift! It's exactly what I wanted! Thanks, Mom and Dad.
You're welcome, dear.
Open mine, Dad.
Thomas Wayne unwraps a tie.
Thanks, son. It was a glorious morning. We ran about and sang, bathed in the light of the morning sun. And their love.
Now, Thomas, I thought we agreed. No surprises this year. Martha Wayne unwraps a string of pearls.
Oh, Thomas. Thomas, my love.
Thomas puts the pearls on Martha.
Even the great Zorro could feel the electric charge of love that filled the room that morning.
Hey, guys, I helped Dad pick him out, Mom. Where's my kiss?
Thank you, son.
Well, boys, how's your dinner?
Martha, this is the best turkey you've ever made.
You say that every year, you fibber.
Fibber? Me? Bruce, help me out here. Is this not the best bird ever?
A butler brings Thomas the phone.
Sir, I'm very sorry, but it seems there is an emergency.
Dr. Wayne here. Are you sure? You tried the medication? I see. I'll be right there.
Thomas, you promise.
I'm sorry, darling. I'll be back as soon as I can. He puts on his coat and hat. It's Edward Fletcher. You've heard me discuss him.
Thomas, you know how Bruce was looking forward to this. Your work takes you away so much.
Hey, Bruce.
Yes, sir?
It's pretty snowy out there. I could sure use a good navigator. What do you say?
Yes, sir. Come on, Zorro. You two be careful now.
Thomas and Bruce go out to the car.
Dad, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Bruce. What's on your mind?
Well, today Mom said she liked her present, but she was crying. I don't get it.
Bruce, sometimes people are so happy that they can't find the words and their emotions take over. Sometimes they laugh when they're sad and cry when they're happy. Understand?
Not really.
You will, son. One day it will all be clear to you. For now, young man, watch the car and stay out of trouble.
Yes, sir.
I'll be back before you know it.
Thomas Wayne goes inside the house while Bruce waits in the car.
When the moon is bright, he comes out of the night, the hero we call Zorro. He saves a fair maid, carves a Z with his blade.
And Bruce Wayne wins the Indy 500. The crowd goes wild. Eventually, Bruce goes inside as well and finds his father trying to help his patient through a heart attack.
Hang on, Edward. Nurse, call an ambulance.
Back in the car on the way home, Bruce asks,
Dad, that man is dead, right?
Yes, son. It was his time.
Are you and Mom going to die?
Thomas pulls over and stops the car.
Well, yes we will, Bruce. Everyone passes on, but not before our time, and that's a long way away.
Promise?
I promise, son.
Thomas hugs Bruce. Back at home, his mother comes to tuck him in.
Good night, Bruce.
When your mother closed that door, you weren't alone. I was there with you. Faceless, nameless, but I could feel you. And that night,
Bruce turns on a lamp by the Zorro figure.
you could feel me. It was a short time later that everything changed, and in one horrifying instant, I exploded within your young heart.
Bruce witnesses the murder of his parents.
From that moment on, we were constant companions. I watched as you struggled to carry on, to find a reason for what had happened. When no reason could be found, I drove you to create a reason, to discover a purpose in a world gone mad. All your travels, all your training, the thirst for knowledge and adventure, I was there, silently urging you forward. Even when you thought you were ready, you still had to come to terms with me. I was there. I was inescapable. But you still could not speak my name.
As Bruce waits in his parlor, a bat shatters the window.
Finally, in an explosion of glass, we came together. Neither of us had a choice. You prefer to call me Batman, but the reason you can never escape me is that my name is Fear, and I live within you. Your purpose had always been clear, but I supplied the method. We would take all the pain, all the rage, all the fear that had been bottled inside you, and we would share it with those who deserved it.
The Batman makes his debut.
We were magnificent then. We descended on this city like an unholy instrument of vengeance, relentless as a shark, blacker than their dark hearts. For a short time, it was perfect.
The Gotham Times tells of a one-man war on crime.
Word quickly spread across the underworld. Criminals were terrified of the Bat, and the city was a safer place to live. We were a force of nature that acted above the law. However, it wasn't long before your vanity and need for approval yielded to the call of celebrity.
Batman finds an ally in Commissioner Jim Gordon.
I have endured this, as well as your somewhat pitiful need for companionship. The war necessitates allies. I accept Gordon and the Bat Signal because it furthers our cause. Amusing. You assume I was talking about Gordon. I was referring to the boy.
Robin springs into action and danger. He's able to take care of himself.
I see. Do you honestly believe? I will not discuss this. Very well. There are far more important issues in front of us. At the same time our crusade caused a radical drop in street crime, it also seemed to nurture a more extreme type of criminal. Power-mad geniuses, sadistic madmen, flamboyant opportunists, obsessive, murderous psychotics. They all seem compelled to rise to our unspoken challenge. But above all of them, there is one whose very name can send the city into a state of unbridled terror. There is one responsible for more deaths than all the others combined. Where others kill for power or profit, this one kills for his own amusement. There is only one solution for this: insanity. We must satisfy justice. We must kill the Joker.
We are not killers. I won't have blood on my hands.
You speak to me of blood? I will show you blood. I will show you death. Feel its weight take you down.
Bruce is buried in a mountain of skulls.
Bruce Wayne, humanitarian. You self-righteous hypocrite. You talk about the sanctity of human life while you lie buried under scores of human victims. What about their lives? Are they simply the cost of upholding your cowardly morality? In the final analysis, did we not create the monster? Axis Chemicals. That was the night, Bruce. After that, there was no turning back.
The Red Hood flees the Batman from the Monarch Card Company to Axis Chemicals next door.
No! Stay back!
He falls into the sewage runoff.
Who? Ah!
And he emerges as the Joker.
Preoccupied with the rest of the gang, we left the Red Hood to his fate. And in so doing, we set loose upon the night something far more savage. Every time we catch him and allow him to live, he breaks free to kill again. All of this horror and tragedy in the service of your code of honor. Or could it be that the great Batman needs his arch-nemesis in order to feel complete? Either way, we cannot walk away from this. One day, we'll have to kill that murdering scum.
The skulls vanish.
Don't you have anything to say for yourself?
Everybody lives in harm's way. Tragedy strikes indiscriminately. The difference is how you deal with it. Faced with having to accept that he had destroyed his chances for a normal life, the Joker chose madness instead. Frankly, this is crazy. I'm talking to Batman. Tell me, Batman, is it true you're just an underdone potato?
Silence!
Batman blasts Bruce across the cave.
You consider this madness?
He flies into Jason's costume.
What do you think it will be like when you turn your back on me? Ignore me now, and I promise you will live to regret it. You swore to your parents, to me, that you would dedicate your life to this crusade. And now you choose to turn your back on me. In the name of what? Your so-called life?
I understand you're wealthy. Tell me, do you enjoy?
Tennis is really my game, sport, but you know Muffy. She likes...
The blue, but I prefer the teal. What do you think?
About Indonesia. I think it's emerging as a real...
Stinker you are, Bruce Wayne. I waited all night for you. To donate the funds necessary to... Always let me down, Bruce. I'm sorry, but...
You're breaking my heart. I've had enough of this madness. Madness? I will show you madness. If you denounce me, if you try to jam me back into your subconscious, then I promise I will torment you until the day we die. I promise you'll wake up screaming every night of your pitiful life. That is the path of true madness.
You're right. I know that the choices I've made have had repercussions. Tonight, on that bridge, I came face to face with the damage I've done. And I don't think I can live with it anymore.
You tell me I have no choice, that I owe it to those I've sworn to protect, and those who I failed to protect. So tell me how to carry on. I have a solution. I got it from an old friend of yours. Let's talk about Harvey. Harvey had it all. Money, dazzling looks. Not only was he your best friend, as district attorney he was in a position to help us. His social exploits were matched only by his zealous commitment to justice. Then came the acid, unleashing a part of Harvey's psyche far more twisted than his face. Two-Face. Harvey's obsession with the number 2 made it easy to anticipate his crimes. His dependence on the flip of a coin to make a decision made him a wildly unpredictable opponent. Harvey was in a position where his secret self could act freely. Harvey's condition ensured he couldn't be held accountable for anything Two-Face did. His condition? He's mentally ill. Perhaps you would prefer a more spiritual example. Ancient cultures speak of simple tribesmen inhabited by the spirit of great warriors. Modern training and mental conditioning can turn a small-town school teacher into a killing machine. Even your beloved Don Diego understood the most basic principle of anything worth fighting for. In war, there are casualties. But I'm not a killer. I am painfully aware of that. I believe it has something to do with your father being a healer. That, and the fact that you saw your parents brutally murdered before your eyes. Therefore, although we share a host body, I suggest we admit that we are separate entities. You are not responsible for my actions, any more than I am responsible for yours. As Bruce Wayne, you'll be free to chase women, build hospitals, kiss babies, whatever you desire. But when the Batman is needed, you will step aside and leave me free to deal with the devil in kind.
You're talking about what? Self-induced psychosis? Voluntarily splitting our personalities?
I'm talking about freedom to act, to fulfill our individual destinies.
You are truly ruthless. I should know. It was my force of will that molded you in this image, but I channeled your fury towards a purpose. I tempered your wrath. Left unchecked, your vengeance would be monstrous. The answer is no.
Then you leave us no choice. You cannot dismiss me, and you will not yield to my will. You wish to be rid of me? You wish to lead a normal life?
Batman manifests a gun in Bruce's hand.
Then kill me.
This gun.
We both know what gun it is. Use it. One bullet from that gun will destroy me, utterly and completely. Think of it. A new life, free of fear, free of the horrible weight of responsibility. Free me.
Batman raises Bruce's hand and aims the gun at himself.
Free yourself.
Bruce puts his finger on the trigger.
I can't.
Bruce unchambers the round in the gun and ejects the clip.
It would be committing suicide.
Bruce throws the gun away. For God's sake, is this my life? Is this what I have to look forward to?
Yes, it is our destiny. We lost our normal life a long time ago. We cannot change the past. All we can do is protect others and allow them the chance for happiness that we'll never have. You have to accept that.
The truth hurts.
But a very wise man once said that the truth will set you free.
You must understand that there is a line we may never cross. No killing. It is the only difference between us and them.
As much as Batman is a terrifying symbol to the underworld, he is also a symbol to the good people of this city. A symbol of hope. If you can live with that, then Bruce Wayne can live with the responsibility. Agreed. Batman disappears in a cloud of bats and a puff of smoke. He leaves behind a photograph which falls into Bruce's hand.
In an effort to escape the police, the Joker has taken the patrons of this popular night spot hostage and is threatening to kill one hostage for every...
It doesn't look like he's gonna show, Commish. We have to act now, Gordon. Let me... Commissioner Gordon! It's him. I was getting worried. Thought maybe something had happened to you. Something did happen, Commissioner, but I managed to come away from it in one piece. I'm not sure I follow. Never mind, Commissioner. Batman tucks the photograph of himself with his parents into the dashboard of the Batmobile. I'm on my way. The end. Batman Ego is perhaps the deepest and best examination of Bruce Wayne and Batman's shared psychology. It's a bit reductive to say, as many books do, that Batman is his true self while Bruce Wayne is but a mask. It's essentially true as far as his work-life balance goes, but Bruce Wayne gave birth to the Batman within himself. He trained and honed his body and mind to perfection to become the creature of vengeance who stalks the night to protect the innocent and serve justice. And this book details the deepest reason why, and why even as an adult he maintains it. Rarely do these superhero comics deal with a hero's failure or mistakes which cost lives, and when they do, it remains weighty and important, as those are the times that try heroes' souls, and often it also reveals their truest natures, as is the case here. Darwyn Cooke has also written many other Batman stories, and if you buy the collected edition that Ego is in, you'll find many more in a similar style, and he remains one of comics' most respected creators. Even after his untimely passing from cancer, he continues to inspire us with the legacy he left behind. Well, that'll do it for this episode. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. I have many great projects lined up for this new year, so also click the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when a new episode is up, usually every 2 weeks on the weekend. Until next time, take care out there, and as always, thanks for watching.